Alright, I'm back. I think I've got the thing working, but I can't, it's not working, the commands aren't working.
Check in with me when you have a moment.
Ooh. More earnings. Oh, 2 chaos. Perfect.
Hello.
Talk for yourself. Speak for yourself. Whatever. Yes, I'm a nerd. But I've got YouTube music going, and I don't know if the commands just don't work because it ignores my own. Or if YouTube music is now functioning. I don't know. Hey, Loken, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know that it's reading chat. I don't know what I gotta do. It says it's connected. Yeah, exclamation point song should work. Exclamation point SR should work. Okay. I'm gonna try something. I'm going to close out of this app. Yeah, so when I start up the app, it says in chat that it's connected. Try it again. Okay, apparently it's working.
I've long wanted you to see how futile
Now can I do it? Yeah, so it was just broken, but apparently I can test it. I have one last thing I need to fix, but I'm going to fix that later. And that is the pop-up when like I can show the song all the time, but I don't have a way to make it only show the song. Oh no. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of documentation about the way it works because I switched off of Songify onto a different tool. Well, it's definitely working. And I found out that the closest thing to the AI DJ that I can get on YouTube Music is the Super Mix. So, but the Super Mix is also more random, so it'll introduce me to even more music, which is not a problem, but it does mean I have to figure out why the skip buttons aren't working anymore.
Defend me! I nearly have it! Let's see you get through this! Oh, the flavor!
Oh, I've got high graph blood, and by half graph blood, oh, it is almost full. It looked actually full. Am I gonna regret switching to YouTube Music? Answer is probably no.
Solve this like men. Conflict, not cooperation. This syndicate is strong and reasonable.
So I'm thinking of building my own tool that you can put any link you want in, and it'll parse it out into something usable. The nice thing for me is I actually get to see the music video on my other screen that's monitoring the music. I will never put that up on the screen automatically because, well, one, YouTube will um, give me copyright strikes over it, but also I won't be able to control what people are putting on my screen. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. Um, is when I build my own tool, I'm gonna make it so that I can limit it to only people who are approved in some way. So either your subscriber, your something. I almost feel like it probably doesn't know what's a song and what's not a song, and you could put any YouTube video on. Can you?
Greeting.
This is of all the songs in the world, this is one of them. This is in fact one of the songs of all time. Yep.
Keep your life to your own.
Broaden my cultural horizons. I'm down for it. Save to playlist. New playlist. Songs to show Altamari. This is an interesting song. You hate doing floors? I'm not super fond of it either. there are points in the song where I'm like, this is a pretty decent song, and then there's points where I'm like, I could pass on this song. It's this that I'm not a huge fan of. Like it's one of those things like if a song does it like once or twice, you know, like Korn does it. And I like Korn, but there's something different about it, I guess.
Vile highborn!
No, I can block videos entirely, I guess. But that's about the only option I have.
Almost there! Oh, great class!
Okay. Scrap blood is full. I should have emptied it before. I forgot.
Let's kill this mountain down. Deeply disappointing.
Not again!
You will be a survivor. I really.
What's wrong, Phrecia? This is what
Do not worry. If you think I'm going to say.
Good riddance. I can appreciate. The Syndicate was in dire need of a shake-up anyway, Exile. You've achieved nothing.
It's branching, Exile!
Light is trying to spread.
First one to the punch capture with pride, Exile. You hunt well.
Oh, go on.
You won't escape me.
Go with courage. The dreamer welcomes you. She will soon bear fruit. Yes, just like that.
You've discovered a flaw, you cheap flush cut saw. It uses a screw to hold the blade in. It likes to loosen up and drop my blade, normally outside under the trailer. Epoxy. Alright, so if I want, can I do refund these because I'm gonna do rings, so I don't need those. Refund this and that, so I don't need that. Jewelry. Rings. And we're gonna do attributes. And we have a less chance of mana. Less chance of mana, caster. That's true. Physical, we want chaos. We want speed. We want attributes. I still have 3 points left. Oh yeah, I gotta do jewelry and rings. Apparently I dropped those. I don't think I even want to have. Okay, let's just do this.
The Genesis tree accepts your offering. Yes, just like that. She is pleased.
So that could be 20 chaos. Fractured accuracy worth anything? Couple of chaos, probably. No.
Drive them back.
Really?
So here's another problem is that um once the queue emptied, it didn't go back to the super mix. It just continued playing from whatever the last song was. So it was playing another random song. We'll have to figure that out. Jeez. Okay, what does this have on it? The burning ground is tough. Extra lightning damage is okay. That's it. It's the burn. I think the burning ground. I probably let myself get low because of burning ground.
You would be a survivor, or you would.
Man, I'm really struggling on this map. I like literally was hitting my health potion when I died. What? Why? This wasn't added by you guys, right? I don't understand where this song came from because the other song says it's in the queue.
This one is captured. I now will take it. This one is captured. I now will take it.
Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, it just skipped. It showed the one that Lilokin had added. It didn't play it. It played the next song in the queue from the auto queue, and then unless I missed it and it played it because does look like it was really short.
Divine power!
It's branching, Exile.
Oh, was that a YouTube short?
It's branching, Exile!
Did put it into the queue and it just skipped it. I think I know what happened. The YouTube Music app probably can't play shorts, but it didn't realize it was a short, so it put it into the queue, and then when it went to play it, it said can't play this, and then it went on to the next song, and it happened to do that just before it queued the other song from Demon Slayer. Hey, I received another Atlas skill point.
Sold something while you were gone?
Hey, how's it going?
Greetings.
Beat Ubermaven? No, no, no. I've not beat Ubermaven on any build. Um, yeah.
Bring the beast in my sights. We will be fed. Will we slaughter you?
They can be if you don't mind their mechanics and you kind of focus on them, they can be very profitable. Because there's two ways to make profit from the harbingers, which are the blue guys. You could farm the bubblegum currency, which is all the little currencies. Um, they also tend to give a decent amount of just straight.
You will be a survivor.
I'm not familiar with this staff. Straight like chaos, and so they're almost always neutral or positive for the input you put in. And with this league in particular, using the idols, you can get almost a full setup without putting any scarabs in. Just with the idols. So it makes it even more lucrative because you can do that and scarabs. But they do often take a while because you can't hurt them directly. You have to wait for them to spawn their minions, and you hurt the minions, and that's what hurts them. And so he has to usually spawn a few rounds of minions before before he dies, right? I have with the idols, I have put a bunch of reduced cooldown on them, so they spawn their minions faster, which makes it faster to farm them. But the fact they spawn so many minions also means that it can be quite dangerous if you're not able to kill the minions fast enough. But you, like the difficulty of the map itself has very little effect on what you make from farming them. And so once you're done with like setting up your atlas and activating all of your um, all the atlas completion points. Once you've got that done, you don't really need to. You can farm them on white maps, so you don't have to have difficult mods on, which makes them less difficult, and they still are pretty much just as rewarding. Because the currency shards aren't affected by like quantity and quality.
Light is trying to spread. The light is trying to spread.
Goody. I get no. See, this is a map. I got no towers in front of this last portal, which means that if I wanted to take that node that makes it so I do 75% less damage, but my towers do a lot more, I would just lose this map. Lose this blight. I think that like there's plenty of room for towers here. There needs to be at least 2 towers between any portal and the device. And so whatever algorithm they use to determine where to place towers, they need to tweak so that there's at least 2. Now, if there's 2 out here, that means there could be 1 or none on this one. And that would be preferable to the way they have it. Although it doesn't really happen that often that one bricks like that. And as long as you're not doing that other mode, it doesn't really matter either.
God's train.
Yeah, and now the super mix is just gone.
Greeting.
Hey Zelric, how's it going? Jeez. I was supposed to have reduced. Oh, it's got elemental reflect. Okay, well this one's gonna be a slow moving one. So
Approach, challenger.
It's branching, Exile. It's put out new mycelium. New roots. The blight is trying to spread.
God damn it. I was doing okay. Really? I don't know what hit me that time. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take this time where there's nothing around me for a second to cast a spell. And dead.
Defended. Times atrophy. Hello.
All right.
Go with courage.
Our best.
Okay, so let's look at maps again. Missing 111, 3 12s, 2 13s. I have one of these, so 14s will be one. Okay. Okay, cannot regen, so we're gonna do this one anyway. I forgot there was no regen map, and I wasn't hitting my mana flask.
Ready, Exile? It's time to hunt. Slaughter you.
I've long wanted you to see how futile your cause truly
Dishonorable. I'd expect nothing less from you, Phrecia.
I faced death before. Once more.
Yeah, I've heard this song.
Up you go, little geek.
Greetings.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep your life to your own.
Blessing. Exile.
Okay.
Exile, you are a welcome gold in case one is captured. I now will take it.
It's put out new mycelium.
Progress.
New roots.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nice. A cursor wrap in Power Toys? I have not, no. Oh. So you can play Asteroids on your computer monitor.
Go with courage.
Okay. Cursed UI design. New idea for some cursed UI design. What if moving your mouse left to right turned your cursor instead of moved your cursor, and you had to go forward with your mouse to go forward and backwards to go backwards, kind of like an RC car. Then you combine that with the multi-monitor circle, and now you've got your cursor is the ship from Asteroids. Oh yeah, cursor trails are mandatory. And your icons on your desktop move. Yeah. So my 11s are done. And I need... Oh, I got one of the 12s. So I don't need that. I don't need Christmas... I need Museum and Park. Does this stay? Did. Okay, good. So I need Museum and Park. Do you get any of them? No. Okay, I got Park.
Very well.
So I... Oh. Museum. There's another Park. Another Park. There's a Crimson Township. Another Park. Another Park. I don't want Park. Another Crimson Township. And Necropolis. So
Farewell.
we'll run this. Did somebody steal an F-16? So when my brother was in the Air Force as an avionics technician, he was working on the Ospreys, which I think are pretty cool.
Don't make this hard.
The song command is way more involved, and I can change it. When I make my own tool, I want to make it have this same flexibility as this tool. But I also like there's a few features that are missing, and one of them is aliasing. I think exclamation point playing should also work. Is this is a bit hard to understand.
Do not let them
It is.
purification pump.
We gotta teach that YouTube algorithm that I'm more into Ren. Hey, look, it's From Ashes to New. Yeah, Ashes to New is not Ashes of Creation. Which is a game that I recently was like, oh, it just launched. Maybe I should give it a try. And I was like, no, it's not going to be that good. And then they are closing. So I'd like to think that me deciding not to play the game killed it. You know, publicly on stream. Oh, I shouldn't play this game. Oh, it's dead.
We slaughter you.
If even Lymander's not willing to give it a try, this game is dead. My understanding, I was watching a thing, I was watching Josh Strife Hayes talk about it, and I think, I agree with I agree with most of what he said, but one of the things really stuck out, and that's, they had made the, statement that if it doesn't release, they were going to give everybody their money back. And now, if they didn't release and they held true to that, they'd have to have given back millions of dollars, which they did not have. And so to check the box, they released on Steam to check the box. So they didn't have to give the money back. There's no way that they didn't know they were going to close the studio a month ago, 2 months ago, in time to pull the release and stop it from releasing. They timed it specifically for that reason. He also brought up a good point about MMOs. That, when thinking about it, I think is absolutely true. And that is, MMOs in themselves are inherently flawed games. And usually the game isn't the reason you play. The community is the reason you play. And so, if you are not already part of a community, it can be hard to get into a community. Oh yeah, same thing they did with Subnautica 2. Actually, Subnautica 2 was worse. But, yeah. People still play WoW, not because WoW is good, but because they have a community that they are part of. And to be fair, WoW isn't bad, especially compared to other games. There are definitely things that are better about WoW than there are about than other games, right? But there are definitely things that they could do better. But it doesn't really matter as long as they do the bare minimum amount of work, so it doesn't feel like it's dead and people don't just flood away. They're fine. And then trying to draw new people in is difficult because then people are like, well, there's all these established, even if they're not thinking it like in the front of their mind, they're going to be thinking about the fact that there's all these established communities already part of the game that they are not part of. And if it's a new game, they get to be on the ground floor and can be part of the initial community for that game. The more I think about it, and the way Josh Strife Hayes was talking about it, I don't think it's the game itself. It's the community that they're addicted to. They're in a guild that does raids, and they want to keep being in that guild that does raids so they can keep having the feeling of being part of something. And then their guild dies, and they're still just chasing the feeling of being part of something. And this is the game where that feeling was had, and they'll never get that feeling back. But they're going to keep trying. And I think Star Citizen's the same thing. But Star Citizen has done a really good job at capturing a fan base that wants to be part of a community that just happens to have a lot of money to keep dumping into the game to keep the game alive, so that they don't feel like it's partly like the sunk cost fallacy, and also the game isn't perfect, but it's got all this potential. And if the game dies, the community that I've been building along in this game dies with it. It's I'm part of something. I'm on the ground floor of this amazing new thing. Even if they don't really think it's an amazing new thing, it kind of feels like an amazing new thing.
This world is not yours. Dance with the flame.
I guess this breach wants me to cosplay as Righteous Fire because it only gave me 3 of the enhanced flames. So I get to cosplay as Righteous Fire.
I've almost got it! For victory!
That's also, I think, the disconnect between the WoW devs. So I'm thinking about it. I think the World of Warcraft devs and the players have a disconnect, which is why WoW devs said back in the day, you think you want WoW Classic, but you don't. They were both wrong and right at the same time because they probably didn't want WoW Classic. But they did want something new that they could be on the ground floor of and feel like they're starting at the beginning of, which launching WoW Classic did for them. Which is why WoW Classic was so successful. It brought everybody who was chasing that initial dream of being part of that community and being part of something, hopped on it. And then it became very successful. But in the end, I think the WoW devs were right. People didn't want WoW Classic. They wanted the community around what WoW Classic would be. And I don't think the devs realized that the community was the important part there.
Greeting.
Okay. Maps again. I got all the 11s. I'm missing 112. I have more deserts, so I can try this again. There it is.
Go with courage.
I do think Star Citizen could be a good game, but I just don't think that they're ever going to make it. Because I have Star Citizen. I've played Star Citizen. And there is some fun things about Star Citizen. There's really the really cool thing of being able to, be in first person view or third person, whatever, on a planet, hop into your ship, seamlessly make it into space, seamlessly, fly to another solar system. No loading screens, nothing. Is a really cool idea, and mechanically it works relatively well. But I feel like there's this idea that they're making it for the love of the game, but in reality it feels like they're just making it to make money. And they also have no guiding hand telling them when to stop trying to do something and move on to something else. Because they have all this money from all these backers. I've never played Elite Dangerous. Is Elite Dangerous an MMO style? Drop in, drop out multiplayer. You also believe a large part of wanting WoW Classic was wanting WoW that wasn't Tour Simulator back. Vanilla, Brink State, and Retro Looking, you got home from school and you couldn't wait to log in because the game was fun, not because you had 12 dailies, 3 weeklies, and a raid to do just to stay current. I mean, yes and no. Um, because I feel like WoW Classic back in the day, um, you didn't have to do all that, but you like the player base was younger, and they had the time to spend to do that, and so I don't think it took as much less time as people think it did because I remember spending days as a tailor farming some imps for a tunic pattern that we needed in order to do the next raid boss. I had some stat on it that made the next raid boss much easier. Like green something tunic or something like that. Um and I spent days farming for that. Um and so like it was a time sink as much as it is today. Today, it's much less of a time sink because yeah, you've got your dailies, but your dailies have a definite end to them. Okay. Um, Maps again. So we got all the 11s. We got all the 12s. I'm missing 2 13s. There's a lighthouse. Another lighthouse. Filed cathedral.
Farewell.
And this one changed, but at least it changed to one that I still need. Yeah, 3 more fracturing orbs. I'm getting lots of notifications today.
Off you go, little bee.
Snapped your new drill bit. That doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, sounds about right.
We are friends now.
Wanted to buy a nice MTX, but bought Chinese food instead. Fair. Can't eat an MTX.
An exhilarating hunt, Exile. Now, it is time.
Do you think if Ace will warranty it? 9 3 seconds is larger than a quarter, and I know Snap-on warranty is larger than a quarter. I mean, It's worth a try.
Divine power. The blight is trying to spread. Put out new mycelium. Ugh, new roots.
$18 bit, not as bad as the 3/4 bit sitting in the shop. Ben refused to pay for that one. Whoa. Jeez, why is some of the ground so deadly?
I will slay every last one of you! Let's see you get through this! Get them away from me! Let's see you get through this! I've almost got it! Silence, fools! For the dreamer!
Greetings.
Approach, challenge.
Should not have started this. Yeah, it worked out. God damn it. Yeah, this map is not my favorite boss. The degen beam is really annoying. Shop's gonna buy 3 if they say they won't warranty it. Well, don't say that publicly. Shop says they're never going to buy another thing from that company if they won't warranty it. I'm not going to tell him that the longer the trip takes unless I have to do what... You're not going to tell him that the longer this trip takes unless I have to do when I get back. Like, oh. I feel like I'm misreading punctuation. You're not going to tell him that, comma. The longer this trip takes, the less I have to do when I get back because I clock out in 45 minutes. Okay. I think I have parsed the message. I've cracked the code. Voice to text. Voice to text is terrible. It does not surprise me that that was voice to text. It's better than texting while driving. Want to finish that guy. He's almost dead.
Hello.
I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back again. I'm getting close to being done with all these maps. There's a defiled cathedral. Stay defiled cathedral this time. Yes, okay. Huh.
Survivor, you are well prepared for the end. This is a fight.
Ooh.
Surprise tussle? A spot more wheeling and dealing.
You know, I keep forgetting to do my or check on my things because, like, that would probably be better. Right now, um, I'm not really saving up for anything in particular. I probably will need to. I just need to figure out what I'm even going to be doing next. Am I min-maxing this character as what it is? Am I preparing to switch to another build on the same character? Do I need to level a different character? Do I need to go back to um, Bog Shaman? Because I might just farm since this is doing okay. I might just farm currency on this guy. Maybe bulk him up a little bit. Farm currency on this guy so I can go back to Bog Shaman life stacking and do something else on that character. That was painless. Well, they have a warranty. When did you buy it? This morning? We'll swap it. Well, I mean, most of the time that's what you want, so it's way up there. Let's
Put out new mycelium. Ugh,
already putting new things out. Let's put a summoning tower here.
light is trying to spread.
And then we'll put a chilling tower here. Yeah, but 15 minutes is enough time to do something. Yeah, that's true. You still kind of bummed that you can't claim tools and taxes anymore? I didn't know you ever could claim tools and taxes. Like, if you buy your own tools, isn't that a business expense? Isn't that claimable? Like, I've never thought about claiming tools because I don't have... Tools aren't a business expense for me. They remove the ability to claim your taxes unless you're the owner of the shop. Well, then only owners should have to buy tools, and you should be getting all of your tools through the owner.
Dreamer, protect me!
That'll never happen.
Keep them back! I won't fall Raycroft!
Quite a few shops do a tool allowance, and I'd love for them to do that here, but I think we're a couple years away from me being able to talk them into it. Yeah, you do what you can. It's one of those things that I imagine it probably doesn't actually work the way I would imagine it would work. But, like, part of a business expense is the employees, right? Payroll, insurance, all that junk. So, employees are a business expense. If they gave you a tool allowance, they'd have to cut that out of that business expense somewhere to maintain the same profit level. So likely, what they would do is they would give you less raises than you're supposed to get, than you would normally have gotten, in order to give you this tool allowance. So it'll end up being a wash. Except for now you have your money tied up in having to be spent on tools instead of being able to be spent on food if you wanted it to be. So, all things being equal, which they aren't, tool allowances shouldn't be a good thing.
Go with courage. Hello. Keep your life to your own.
Okay, so 11, 12, 13s are done. 14s are done. 15s, I do have an arena I can do, and then I need Underground River, and then 16s, I need Ivory Temple and Wasteland, and I'm done with non-unique maps. You agree as a whole. You will anecdotally give me a reasoning for your very specific case. Drivers are eligible for bonuses for performance because you're hourly and not a driver, you're not eligible. I think that's a different problem. If bonuses are something that the company does, which not all companies do, but if they do, then everybody should have a way to get this said bonus, right? Unless you're compensated appropriately for, like, oh, you know what, our drivers make $2 under the national average. But if they get this bonus, they make $2 more than the national average. You know, that's kind of how the bonus kind of should work. If they get all the bonuses, they might make $4 more than the national average. And as a mechanic, if you're already making $2 more than the national average, then effectively you have the bonus built in. So it really depends on things like that. Which, without knowing all the details about everything, you can't tell whether you were, underpaid. Like, if the drivers are underpaid, but the bonuses brings them up to where they should be, then a bad driver is going to make less money there, but a good driver might make more. And they would have to do the same thing with mechanics, where it'd be like, okay, you know what? If you hit these milestones, then you're above average, so we're giving you the bonus. Well, average for your, I guess the average for your years of service or whatever. Not the average for everybody in that role, but the average for where you are at in that role. Jeez. Well, I'm not beating this one. Okay, so your time per pay you think is super high, especially for not being flat rate. So with that being the case, are the drivers afforded similar where they are also pretty high considering, but then also get bonuses? That's the way I would think about it. Because if they're not, then you effectively have your bonuses just built into your pay. And a really good driver can, probably work his way up into being overpaid and still have access to the bonuses where you don't have that opportunity. But, they'd probably, have to pay you a couple dollars an hour less in order to qualify for bonuses. And then have some way of setting up a bonus structure for that position. Which may or may not be something that is easy to do. I don't know about, I'm not a business owner. Not complaining, just enjoying a solid discussion. Yeah, no, I also enjoy solid discussions. So I haven't taken anything that you're taking as complaining. If it comes across that way, then that's a miscommunication on my end. But it's my point of view, and based on what you're telling me, we still don't have enough information to know whether I personally feel it's justified or not. It could be. It also could feel unjustified with more information, but I don't know that you have the information that I would want, And not at your fingertips or anything. So the trucks that you're normally driving, are they long haul trucks or are they local trucking? Regional, 80% of the drivers are home every night, with the other 20 being home every other night. Yeah, I know a little bit about trucking. I have, seen things and talked to you. I know that, the more local you are, the lower your average pay is, because there's an inconvenience fee for having to be away. Effectively. So if you're regional where most people are able to be close, then and they're still making near national average, They are paid mileage. So they're not paid an hourly rate. They're paid for how far you drive, and doesn't that incentivize speeding? Because truckers have like a max number of hours they can drive in a day.
You are well prepared for the ace. You will be a survivor. No more worthy beasts nearby.
Greetings.
You legit believe this is the greatest company to work for? So what you're saying is I should move over there, be like an IT slash mechanic in training, and work for that company? I got a wasteland. Let's see if I... And that stayed wasteland and stayed good.
Hail!
Oh my god. I keep dying. I'm never getting another level. Not that I really care about levels at this point. 91 is plenty far enough. Favorite ascendancy? I like to switch it up and play lots of things. So I don't really know that I have a favorite ascendancy. I have a favorite league start right now, and that is to go cast when stunned. And you usually do...
Did it. All by
Is there something else on this map? Impale, maybe? I usually go cast and stunned, and I don't remember the name of the Sensi. Chieftain? Juggernaut? One of them. I think it's Chieftain. And I do that because it's something I understand reasonably well. I know can make money. And is relatively easy to level and play. Then I use that to farm money, and then once I have some money, then I decide what new thing I want to try and play. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of, really, is melee. I'm not a huge melee fan. Now, I have done melee before, and I have enjoyed melee, but it's very hard for me to enjoy melee. Oh, come on. Why is there so much damage? Jeez. So when you're doing regular league, um, and you're going chieftain, um, marauder, chieftain, um, this one here makes it really easy to gear. Modifiers to fire resistance also apply to cold and lightning at half their value. So you can stack just fire resist, and all res does work. So and then unaffected by ignite, which is kind of minor, but you stack fire resist and all res and stuff like that, and then you also take a node under any of the elementals masteries or fire masteries, and do regenerate 1% of life per 1% uncapped fire resist. So then you're also getting a lot of regeneration. So if you have 400 fire resist, which is not unreasonable to get to, you'll have 400 fire resist, 200 of all other resists, and 400 life regen. So that means you can sustain Righteous Fire really easily, which is what I usually start as, is Righteous Fire, and then get into, everything else. And then you can continue up here, which you eventually do. Maximum modifiers to maximum fire resist also apply to maximum cold and lightning, so that lets you do 90 all res relatively easy. So you can grab that. So you can see, if I were to grab this node and I grab the fire resist, not that one. We're just gonna grab a bunch of nodes to get resistances up. Fire resistance. Oh yeah, right here. All right, so with just nodes in the tree, I'm up to 81% fire resistance, which is 47% everything else. That's with no gear. And you don't necessarily take all of these. What about all? There's some all res nodes that you tend to take as well. There, just nodes on the tree. 82% all res. And then you can put on Purity of Fire. Now at 86 all res. And then you can create cancel craft item magic flask utility ruby flask, and you can do gain a charge when hit by enemies, which would be nice to have all the way up to 3. And then you can do any of these, maybe additional elemental resistances during the effect. Whatever. Add to build, equip that. So now with just Purity of Fire, a ruby flask, and the tree, I have 100 and some fire resist, cold resist. Oh no, there we go. 90 all res. Plus, so I got 220 fire res. And being so far over cap means that curses that reduce your resistances don't reduce your resistances as like that much at all, because it has to reduce this down to below your cap. So you probably on your tree aren't going to take all of these nodes. And you can do things like corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. And like right now, what is this? 81. So I still have 42 points available. And then the other ones that people usually take is this one, Hinekora. This will give enemies you kill, you or your totem skill have a 5% chance to explode, dealing 500% of their maximum life. 5% isn't a ton, but when one does explode, anything nearby is just going to die. And when those, and hopefully one of those explodes, and you can propagate explodes out to help you clear. And then if you're doing Righteous Fire, having this one makes it so that their fire resistance against damage over time is -20, so you don't have to worry about reducing their fire resistance at all. If you don't want this one because you're not doing fire damage over time, which usually you are doing fire damage over time, but if you're not for whatever reason, then then you're going to be doing one of these, and probably take Breachlord Bloodline and take the otherworldly appendages. And there is still a little bit of extra. So another thing you want to do is you want to add as much life as possible, usually. Yeah, there's lots of points you can put in. Um, this isn't one that people take a lot, but um, and this isn't like perfectly pathed and whatever, but you don't need to grab all of that. What the heck? This wasteland is kicking my ass. Can I go this way instead and not deal with those guys? There.
You! You me, you did. Snap your little neck with that.
On the prowl.
My head still hurts.
Nest invader.
Divine power. Let's put out new mycelium. New roots. What this power can really do.
Just friend. You bash well, eh?
Animal's turn. You're Morse. Here's to practicing social skills.
Hello.
Okay, so I need an underground river, which I can get hopefully from here. And then I need an ivory temple.
Farewell.
Exile.
Wow, I get one whole tower.
Let's keep it simple this time, Exile. Keep trying, Riker. You'll never measure up. Only fair,
You're
I
making me nervous.
suppose.
God damn it, why?
I'll not become known as Riker the Betrayer.
Oh my god. Well, I made it through that. I don't know how I didn't die to these guys.
I'm afraid the
I'm trying hard.
God's will.
Exile, your good choice. Now listen up.
Ah, Jesus. Alright, I need a lot more something. What is going on? I'm overcapping everything but chaos. That wasn't chaos. I got 65% chance to block, but that was a spell. I only have 22% chance to block that. I just need better gear. Why is rolling magma doing so much damage? I can't get by these guys. What is going on? Increased area effect. Extra projectiles. Cannot be stunned. Reduce extra damage from critical strikes. Something behind this.
go, little beast! Away!
Like, I can't get... They're far away from the things I need to kill, so I can't get through to kill them. Oh. Okay.
This one is captured.
Approach, challenger.
Okay, so I completed the underground river. Ooh. I was so far away from that. How did I die? Okay. I just need a temple, which maybe I can get from this map.
Farewell.
Ah! I don't even need that one. That, I don't think that's one I can... Okay.
Go with courage.
Alright, so this will be all non-unique maps done. And then I'll have 15 unique maps to do.
Oh, go on.
A lethal mistake. Meet your end.
Additional Atlas skill tree unlocked. Oof. I'm so good at this game. Regenerate 151 life per minute or per second and 97 max mana or minus. Oh man, it's got 40. Oh, this is so bad. I guess if somebody's doing a reduced rarity build, this is actually good. Oh my god. Okay. So, this, I did get another slot available. Okay, so I need to do defeat an Elder Guardian, defeat a Shaper Guardian, complete 115, so that's the rest of the Atlas. So those ones aren't too bad. Defeat Elder in the Shaper's Realm, maybe. Defeat the Maven, maybe. Defeat Eater of Worlds, I should be able to do that. String Exert, I should be able to do that. Shaper, I should be able to do that. Maybe.
I'll let you know.
Hello.
Okay, so now that I'm here, the question ends up being, did he put Phrecia, Bog Shaman. Okay, I'm gonna look at my Bog Shaman. And see what I can do.
Blessings.
I do have Valdo's puzzle box. It's here. 64 chaos. I'm just gonna hold on to it. Let's see how expensive the gear is for this. If I want a Cloak of Flame, how much is that going to cost me? Well, it'll be cheap unless... What about socket filters, link 6 link? It's still not bad. Okay. Okay. So let's start by refunding a bunch of passives.
What are we shipping?
Refund all for 500,000. Poof. I don't think I want to spend 500,000. What about Orbs of Regret? How much are they? Not even a chaos apiece. So I could spend 30 chaos and get 63 Orbs of Regret.
I'll put the word out.
Actually, cancel. Because I do want to be up here. I just don't care about these ones. I don't care about these ones. And I come down here, grab these, come up here. I have 16 points left. So I'm level 84. So he does take an agility there. I'm going to put this all into old gear. Okay. So first, let's get some things that he has. I'm not going to be getting a Defiance of Destiny. So we'll grab something else first, but we do need an Immutable Force and a Blood Notch. Blood Notch is, I think, the first that I need. And I want to get 50% at least. That's 200 chaos. How much chaos do I have? 135. I need to turn a divine into chaos.
We'll make it happen.
Okay, and if I want to spend buyout price, chaos orb, max, let's do 230 chaos. What is the most I can get? Ooh. Wait.
It's a gilded wonder.
Okay, well, I got that for dirt cheap. I need to have. Oh yeah, tree. What ascendancies do I need? Because I do need to make sure I have the right ascendancies. Okay. No, I don't. I don't have these points. That sounds better. Now I only have 10 points left. So, um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes here, and then I can put 1, 2, 3. Put 2 points into that one. Okay. So next, I have my blood notch. It would be nice to have immutable force. And I either need really high or it doesn't matter, I think. So I'm just gonna get this one here.
It seems every dog has his day.
This will go here. Okay. So that looks good. What's next? Let's grab a Rise of the Phoenix. Rise of the Phoenix.
It's a gilded wonder.
Hello.
Hail God's slave.
So I want a helmet. Oh no. So let's get the. Well, how much is a Defiance of Destiny? At least 9 divine. So I'm not going to be getting that. I need the Moonstone ring. Which I apparently did not ever get one. And I actually do. Waited some. Oh. Five div. Ugh. Trade filters. I'm willing to spend 10 chaos on this. Five chaos for a one-off of perfect. I will do that. It's 5 divine for a perfect, 5 chaos for one-off of perfect. And apparently the maximum energy shield on this ring doesn't actually count for my ascendancy. Good to know. Big advise. And I want it to have life and resistances. And I want to spend, again, no more than 15 chaos on this. I can get up over 100 resistances. So let's do 90 and then get as much life as possible. Nope. Only 65 life? Okay, let's say I want 100 life. How much resistance can I get? 81, and that's a crafted lightning resist. Okay, let's do 20. And it'll do 150 and then total resistances. $40. Let's do this one for now. It has a changeable resist.
I'd consider that.
Okay, so then I need a helmet. And I'd like it to be armor filters. I want it to have armor and energy shield. So we'll do 90 maximum life, and then how much resist can I get? 35 resist. Ooh, and a suffix available. And it's chaos resist, which is good.
Could do worse, Exile.
I'm already up to 4,000 life. And he does pure energy shield for everything else. This must be enough armor to not worry about some of the stuff. I don't know. Let's quality this up. Okay, so now I want a body armor that does not have life on it. No armor. And like 800 energy shield. And then I want not life. Get up to 1,000 energy shield while still having resistances. Let's up this to 1,000. Um, I hate when I wear earplugs. That was a while ago. I missed it. And a bit of earwax gets in my eardrum, and it's just like, yep, this is my life now from until forever, and I shall never hear from this ear again. Yeah.
Could do worse, Exile.
Ooh, I need more intelligence. How much more intelligence do I need? Ooh, I would need 90 more intelligence. So, hmm. I'm willing to go up above where I'm at 202, but I'm not going to go. I got to buy a different chest plate.
I'd consider that a win.
See if I can sell this one again for.
I'll let you know.
So I need 20. This 1 point would get me 20 intelligence with some increased spell damage. What if I got a jewel that has intelligence on it? So I still have gloves and boots. And a weapon and an amulet and a ring. Okay, let's do boots. I don't care about this, but now I do want movement speed and life. $35. Okay, I still have 200. She'll do 150. Okay, what are my resistances at? Oh yeah, I do need a lot of cold. All right. I gotta finish this quick and let's get cold and chaos.
I'd consider that.
So my chaos resistance is now 53%, but man is my cold bad. I need so much resistance on my gloves that I buy. What did this have for movement speed? Okay, it did have good movement speed. Um, Again, let's just do 200 energy shield and then as much resistances as possible. Oh man, let's do 150 energy shield and as much resistances as possible. Fire, cold, lightning. Let's grab that.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I think the maximum life. Okay, so this right now at 21 gives me 844. If I switch this to maximum life. Yeah, maximum life is better. And that brings me to Overcast still on fire by quite a bit. Which means I should be able to... I'm still not able to sustain Righteous Fire. Why am I not... What am I missing to sustain Righteous Fire? Oh, it's the low life. Missing low life. Okay. So I need a ring and an amulet.
Salah.
Okay, so my lightning resist... Why is my lightning resist negative 21 still? So I just need a ton of lightning resist. So I can get 150. And then we'll do lightning resist. Okay, let's do 130.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh yeah, and then we do... Okay. For flasks, we do utility flasks.
Oh dear. Doubt even I could sell that.
I just need a topaz flask. I need. Okay, that's good.
Well, make it happen. All in order. I'll let you know.
Okay. So now, return righteous fire. I can sustain with my flask going. I don't really need to quality these flasks because they're going to be always up anyways. But I gotta go. So, I'll be back on tomorrow. And then I'm going to try to finish Cast When Stunned and use that to do some farming of money. We'll see how it goes. But I gotta finish up all of the everything. I need a weapon, I need an amulet, and to set up all my skills. And then I'll probably do some blighted maps to finish the or gain levels on all the skills. Yeah, I
Hello.
could have more life, but it's okay. I'll be back on tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening.